In the kingdom of Arendelle, nestled in the frozen fjords of Norway, Princess Elsa was born with a gift. She had the power to create and control ice and snow. As a child, Elsa was fascinated by her abilities and spent hours playing with her powers, creating snowflakes and ice crystals with a mere flick of her wrist. But as she grew older, Elsa began to realize that her powers were not like everyone else's. She couldn't control them as easily as she wanted to, and sometimes they got out of hand. Her parents, the king and queen, were worried about Elsa's abilities and how they might affect the kingdom. They decided to keep Elsa's powers a secret, even from her younger sister, Anna that time. Elsa was taught to hide her powers, to conceal them from the world. She was told that she had to be careful, that she couldn't let anyone see what she could do. Elsa felt like she was living a lie, like she was hiding a part of herself from the people she loved. She began to feel ashamed of her powers, like they were something to be feared and reviled. As the years passed, Elsa became more and more withdrawn. She stopped playing with her powers, stopped experimenting with them. She was afraid of what might happen if she lost control. She felt like she was a danger to those around her, like she was a ticking time bomb waiting to go off. But on the day of Elsa's coronation as the Queen of Arendelle, everything changed. Elsa's powers were revealed to the world, and she was forced to confront the fears and doubts that had been holding her back for so long. It started when Elsa's sister Anna came to her room to try and get her to come out and join the party. Elsa was nervous and on edge, and when Anna grabbed her hand, Elsa's powers surged out of control. She accidentally plunged the kingdom into eternal winter, covering everything in a thick layer of ice and snow. Elsa was horrified. She had never meant for this to happen. She didn't know how to reverse it, and she was afraid of what the people of Arendelle would think of her. She ran, fleeing the kingdom and leaving Anna behind. As Elsa wandered through the frozen wilderness, she began to realize that she had been living her life according to other people's expectations. She had been trying to fit in, to be like everyone else. But she wasn't like everyone else. She was unique, special, and she had a gift that no one else had. Elsa began to experiment with her powers, to test their limits and see what she could do. She created snowflakes and ice crystals, built palaces and sculptures out of ice and snow. She felt free, like she was finally being herself. But Elsa's freedom was short-lived. Anna had set out to find her, determined to convince Elsa to return to Arendelle and reverse the curse. Elsa was hesitant at first, afraid of what might happen if she went back. But Anna's words struck a chord deep within her. Anna told Elsa that she loved her, no matter what. She told Elsa that she was proud of her, powers and all. And Elsa realized that she didn't have to be afraid of who she was. She didn't have to hide her powers or be ashamed of them. Elsa returned to Arendelle, her head held high. She faced the people of the kingdom, who were frightened and confused by her powers. But Elsa stood tall, proud of who she was. She told them that she was sorry for the harm she had caused, but she was not sorry for being herself. And as Elsa accepted herself, her powers began to change. They became more controlled, more precise. She was able to reverse the curse, to bring summer back to Arendelle. The people of the kingdom cheered, relieved and grateful. But Elsa knew that the real victory was not in saving the kingdom, but in saving herself. She had learned to be proud of who she was, powers and all. Elsa realized that she didn't have to hide or be ashamed of her true self. She was unique, special, and she had a gift that no one else had. And with that realization, she was finally free to be herself, without fear or apology. The kingdom of Arendelle celebrated long into the night, but Elsa knew that the real celebration was in her own heart. She had found the courage to be herself, and that was the greatest gift of all. Years went by, and Elsa became a beloved queen, not just for her powers, but for her bravery and self-acceptance. She ruled Arendelle with kindness and wisdom, using her powers to help and protect her people. And she never forgot the lesson she had learned, to be proud of who she was, no matter what. Elsa's story spread throughout the land, inspiring others to be proud of who they were, to accept themselves and their unique gifts. And as they did, they found that they too could overcome their fears and doubts, and live their lives with courage and confidence. And so, Elsa's legacy lived on, a reminder to everyone that being different is not something to be ashamed of, but something to be celebrated. That being yourself, powers and all, is the greatest gift of all.